In Invincible, after Mark meets his son Marky for the first time and tells him he's his father. Sometime later, he sits down with his son and has the same talk that his father Nolan had with him at the beginning of the series to explain where Marky really comes from. Invincible begins the story with the planet Viltrum, where Marky's grandfather came from. He explains that Viltrumites were a crash-out race that slaughtered each other to leave only the strong alive. Eventually, they united and established the Viltrum Empire, an empire that expanded exponentially and ravaged the universe until their enemies made a deadly virus to counter them. The Scourge virus destroyed the Viltrumites, killing countless each year until 99.9% were wiped out. Their corpses formed a ring around their planet, making it a constant reminder. It got worse as the Emperor Argol was betrayed and killed. But eventually another rose. Grand Regent Thrag was made Emperor until the heir was found. It was then that the mission to repopulate began, and it brought Nolan to Earth, leading to Mark being born. Invincible reveals to his son that he was in the same situation as him, until Nolan explained things, but thankfully for them, Mark awakened his powers later. But once he got them, he did a lot of good as Invincible, and Marky can check it out on the internet. Although his father didn't agree with him at first, he eventually turned around to Mark's side, and together they defeated Thrag and learned Nolan was the heir. His rule was peaceful, and he only charged his Viltrumites to breed, which kinda led to Marky being born. However, his compassion led to his death as he spared Thrag, but Mark managed to avenge his goat dad. Now, Mark is the leader and follows by his father's example, making the Viltrumites a force of good. Mark apologizes for not being there for Marky, as his relationship with his mother was very complicated. We all know why. He says this whole situation is very difficult for him to handle. Marky's stepdad Scott chose to stay on Earth, but Mark knows that his son will do a lot of good on the planet whilst his actual dad ventures out into the universe. However, Invincible says he'll visit from time to time. Marky is speechless and jaw-dropped. Wow, I'm actually a space alien. Find out what'll happen next time.